Hey guys, and welcome to 89 Reviews. Today we will be reviewing Squid Games Season 2. Mikhail,
Not as excited.
not as excited as Ibad, but sorry, before that, I am Ibad Ali Shah, and this.
Is Mikhail Said.
And today, again, we will be reviewing Season 2 of Squid Games. Mikhail is against it, I am for it, but before we start reviewing it and our producer slash director starts throwing questions at us, I would just like to say one thing.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
All right, sorry, I got excited. Okay, first question, please.
So what were your initial thoughts on season 2 compared to season 1? Did it live up to the hype and expectations?
Honestly, after season 1, because I feel like it took the world by storm because of how different it was as a show to any other show that we've seen before in terms of like main characters being killed off and the way the whole game actually played out. So I feel like people really waited for season 2 considering it took so many years for them to really actually like make a season 2. So I feel like for me at least, like it didn't live up to the hype that everyone expected to. It also didn't get rated as highly as the first season did. But I'll let Ibad take over from here.
So it didn't get rated as high. At the same time, after Wednesday on Netflix, it was the most streamed show on Netflix. So I would like to say that Mikhail might be like in the minority who thinks that it wasn't that great. However, I will have to give Mikhail credit in terms of his, take on shows. That definitely wasn't as good as season 1. But I wouldn't say that it was a disappointment where you go like, okay, the second season comes for a show and you're like, oh my God, what was this? It wasn't like that. I do understand the first season had lots of twists, lots of turns. Second season, I also feel like not a lot of characters that we could like go like, okay, I'm rooting for this participant in the game or something like that. So I get it. At the same time, I don't think it was a disappointment. I think it was a great show. It was a great watch. It had some great games. It had some great, as always, cinematography, music, like we played in the beginning. I loved it.
But just to counter exactly what he just said about it being the number one show on Netflix, it will be the number one show on Netflix because everyone was so excited about it coming out, so they will watch it. Whether or not it's going to be good or not doesn't matter because of how highly rated season 1 was. So I'll just counter what you just said.
Squid Games season 2, I liked it. Another thing, season 3 is coming in 2025, so people like Mikhail, who again are in the minority, won't have to wait years, right? It's coming like very soon this year.
That is true.
Second question, please, producer.
Do you have a favorite game?
Tickery, tuck.
Yeah, without giving away any spoilers.
Oh, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it, but okay, let's try not to give any spoilers. Any favorite game?
I'd say the merry-go-round game. I really like that.
But you have to say it like tickery, Achha.
No, I'm not as excited about the show as you are, so I'm not going to do all that. But I think that because, first of all, the way that they started slowly and like not as many people, like I don't want to give any spoilers, but but that was my favorite. That's what I'm going to say.
I think I would also have to go with that. However, again, without giving any spoilers, I feel like the two people on this planet who haven't seen it yet. I feel like the other games, those that I don't know what the name was.
The marathon, the
Yes, exactly. The little 5 mini games sort of situation.
Yeah.
That was really exciting. I remember I was watching that episode at 3 a.m. on a weekday. Sorry, boss. But I stayed up till like 5, 6 a.m. making sure that I finished that episode because I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But obviously the iconic hide and seek situation. Wo uska kya tha? The way she says it. What's the iconic?
Is it
red light.
Red light, green light.
Yeah, that was
so
iconic. But also,
right?
the switch, I don't know if this is going to be a spoiler, but I think the switch from like the first game to the second, everyone was expecting it to be a certain thing where, like he was the one who had already been in the show before. I also am trying not to give spoilers, but I can't not give spoilers.
This much to is in the trailer.
You can say, because we were thinking it was going to be the second game
Yeah.
of the first season.
Yeah. The switch up from it not being that game was kind of, that was exciting. So I would give the second game that credit as well.
On that note.
Too excited.
Okay,
that
sorry.
shows your take
Next
on
question.
shows isn't the best. Just saying.
Were there any new characters that you found engaging and well developed?
I think both of ours have the same.
Out of 3.
Are the same.
1, 2, 3.
Thanos.
Thanos. We enjoyed him a lot. I love this one scene without any spoilers, but again, Marvel, the two people who haven't seen any Marvel movies on this planet, when they say, do you have your Infinity Stones? And he brings out his, nails and they're all in the color of each Infinity Stone. That was really funny.
Yeah.
So he, I think, was bringing the entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like apart from that, this I'll give it to Mikhail. Season 1 definitely had more characters where you could like go like, oh my god, I'm rooting for this character. I hope you don't die. I hope you do die. In this one, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, there were a lot of favorites, a lot of people that people really wanted to, that viewers really wanted to die. In this one, honestly, no one really like is
Indifferent.
Yeah, everyone's indifferent to everyone, So
one character that came back, because it wasn't just one character that came back.
But we don't want to give any spoilers at the same time, right?
Actually, there's 3 that came back.
Yeah.
There are a couple of characters that came back, but within
Look
the
at our
game,
producer giving the.
producer said no hints. Now producer is telling us to give all the spoilers. But I feel like I mean 2 characters did come back, but again there was the main character obviously is the main character that you go like okay.
But I feel like
you're
as a
back.
viewer, you'd never actually want the characters from the first season unless they were like your favorite. Which honestly, for me, like the main character was not everyone's favorite in the show. In the first season as well. So, if there was someone else, maybe then but like for this one, I don't think there's
one thing, sorry, just to add that I really liked, it was like when you're playing a game and you play from one POV, like you have a player and you're playing the entire game, the narrative from that player, and then it switches, the POV changes. In this, again, without any spoilers, the entire POV also changed from the players to the people who organize it, and so that was also very interesting. That's why I feel like this season had more layers. The first season was just like shebang and people dying and blood and this and that. The people like him were just amazing. But this had more layers, so you have to be a little more, intellectually there to understand the layers.
So you're saying that the people at IMDb, the people at Rotten Tomatoes don't have a brain basically, and you know better than them. Okay.
Could be. Hire me, IMDb.
Yeah.
Was there anything you felt could have been done better?
Aap bataएं.
Honestly, I just feel like the characters and in general, like there was no one, like how we were talking about, no one was really like idolizing one or like really hating on one. So I feel like one thing they could have improved was the characters compared to season 1. What about you?
I would say that let's wait for season 3 because
shows.
I will have
What
to
to
give
say.
it to Mikhail that the show might have had more layers, but the characters didn't as such. So season 3 might just bring the entire picture out, but there were a few characters. The one that's fighting, not really a spoiler, but one that like I'll limit the wording, but like the one that was fighting for her family member. There was one that was everybody has obviously aims and objectives as to why they joined the game.
Yeah.
I liked it, guys. I liked it. I don't know what he's on about. I liked it.
Without giving spoilers, what are your hopes for the future of the series since the next one is going to be the last season?
Okay, yeah, that's something I actually didn't know. But honestly, the good thing that they've done is that they're releasing the 3rd season, I think like 4 or 5 months in. So I think like fans and viewers won't be as angry about the way the season ended without giving any spoilers away. But honestly, just hoping to like finally reach a conclusion with what's going to happen with the game, what we're going to see in terms of the villain arc as well, with someone being. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but you know what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm hoping to see now.
I would say a lot of more like exciting stuff, a lot of deaths with all due respect, a lot of like, suspense. Because the first season there was a lot of suspense. Even in the second one, I would say there is still
maybe like a main character dying.
Maybe not the main one because then I guess the story would have. But at the same time, I would also like to see the control now coming entirely to the players. Because in both the seasons, the entire control, the narrative, the entire thing is with the management. So I would just like to see that, the entire fight is, okay, we want to, stop this show, kill this show. I just want to see that angle. Where does that take them? Because at the same time, I feel like the show should also never end. Like the game that they play should never end because it should just keep on going. So maybe the management changes where maybe a light-hearted, Squid Games season 5 comes in where people aren't actually dying, but they just eliminate them. It's a normal game, and people are just enjoying. Something like that, maybe. That's just me.
Another thing actually that I wanted to bring up that I just remembered was that I want to see the outsiders, those that aren't in the game currently, to have more of an involvement now, without giving any spoilers away. Those that aren't actually on the island but are trying to find the island to actually, have more of a role, because I feel like they weren't shown at all in this season. So hoping for that.
And what if they have like live audience of all the family members or the participants?
Yeah,
and then they get to take the dead body with them. Sorry, it got a little very dark suddenly.
What about making a previous winner? We've only met one winner. So the idea is that the game is still going on because there have been winners before.
So I read up on some theories. I think we've met 2 winners. So one of the winners I would just say is in the management. and might just be the most, significant member of the management without giving any spoilers.
Yeah.
Meeting more players, and maybe Squid Games was played like a century ago as well, and it's been going on for a while because we still can't find the damn island. So so maybe just a POV from like 100 years ago, 50 years ago. So that would be really interesting.
To understand where the game resonates from, all of that is something that we could look forward to.
I'm excited, and good job to Netflix for finally giving us some content where we're like, okay, yay, content.
Yeah.
So would you say 89 approved or 89 correct?
I, on the other hand, would say 89 approved all the way.
We can't always agree on everything.
Obviously,
Yeah.
that's why. Yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you guys liked the video. Thank you for watching. This was 89 Reviews. I am Abad Ali Shah.
I'm Mikhail Said.
And stay tuned to City FM 89. Keep watching.